All right. Welcome to the Real in Real Estate podcast hosted by me, Lindsay Perino, a realtor in Tampa Bay, Florida. This podcast was created to bring awareness of what real estate agents actually do and some other helpful insights in the industry for the average person. You can follow me, contact me, and see what I'm up to by heading to lindsayperino.com. So before we begin, I wanted to provide some really cool quick updates on some commercial spaces being built in downtown St. Pete. I'm sure you've seen them when you've been down there, right?
Of course.
One of them is actually going to be the tallest building on the west coast of Florida. So it's pretty spectacular. I'll give a rundown of each of the three. We're going to go through it pretty quickly, but if you have any interest in buying them or doing a little Zoom meeting, we have some really cool technology that's actually like gamified going through each of these residences. So
exciting. Let's hear it.
Incredible. Yeah. All right. So the first one is Reflection. That's by Mirror Lake. It'll have 88 contemporary residences with 8 unique open floor plan options ranging from 1168 to nearly 2285 square feet of interior living space. And the cool thing about this is I saw yesterday how I even found out about all of these and the details was a gallery tour event last night. And they mentioned that it's 67% glass. So the entire building has spectacular views. I'm going to show you. You should check them out too. So they're on your radar, but honestly incredible. So these are for anyone who wants to have that skyline view, but not necessarily the noise of downtown. And then it's still within walking distance. They're going to have golf cart tours that bring you into the city when you need to. So it's pretty cool. And that is, again, Reflection, which is by Mirror Lake. The next one is a little bit further up by Gandy. So this is for anybody that's commuting to Tampa. These are going to be your spot. They are called Terraces at 87th, and they're townhomes. So if you commute, like I said, great place to be. They're going to be a little bit more upscale, and I think the whole neighborhood's going to be upscale. There's so many of them. It's going to be great. There's low HOA. There's a 4-car garage. There's a gym in the bottom. There's a terrace up top. So on the roof, you can have a jacuzzi. You can have a kitchen up there. Like endless, just endless upscale features. And it's going to be different than anything you've ever seen in St. Pete so far. And then last but not least is my favorite. We could talk about this all day. I'll keep it quick. It's called the Residences at 400 Central. This is designed by Architectonica. They're based out of Miami. So there's going to be a lot of Miami features. It's going to be the tallest building on the west coast of Florida, like I said. There's going to be a rooftop view. So Miami and New York are known for those skytop views. So on the very, very top of the building, you're going to have that for the first time in St. Pete. There's so many different floor plans. It's 46 stories, full service, luxury condominium tower. And inside these two, this is one of the first townhomes that I've ever seen in a condo this large. So they're actually going to have like 4 or 5, I'm not sure how many exactly, but they're going to be 2-story townhomes in a freaking condo building, like dead smack in the center. Like
I can't
epic.
wait to see this.
Bar up top. Yeah. I'm like, is this open to the public?
Right.
It's going to be incredible. And they call it the Sky Lounge Observatory. So pretty incredible. I'll put the info in the show notes. So if you'd like a virtual tour, like I said, we can go ahead and get it done. And I think we are starting all of these. The price point is around mid 800s and above. And of course, at 400 Central, there's going to be, I think, 4 floors of penthouses where there's only 4 people on each floor.
Wow.
Epic.
Yeah.
Like unreal. And they're all dog friendly because this is St. Pete, obviously. So each one of these that I mentioned, they'll have like a place for dogs on the 5th floor, on the bottom floor, anything like that. All right, let's get on with it. So today's podcast is about a house painting project that my guest Ozzie and I completed last week, very early in the morning. So we're going to give you some insight about that, what like the experience provided for us, what it did for the community. Then we're also going to talk about some city programs available to homeowners that I don't think are marketed very well. So what other place to do it than a podcast and spread it out to the city of St. Pete? And then if you're listening from afar too, I really hope this is going to be something that you'll take back into your own city and see if they have these programs available, because it's practically free money to improve your home. the outside of it, inside of it. Of course, if there's any handicap accessibility that's needed, the city takes care of that for you. So I encourage you to check it out in your own home. All right. So my guest today is Osman or Ozzie Sharif. We met in Rotary Club about a month or two ago, right?
Yep.
A month or two. So like I said, we worked on this community house painting project last Saturday. And for those of you who don't know, I want to give a little pitch about Rotary because I didn't grow up with a lot of wealth, which I think is what Rotary truly began as, right? A place for wealthy people to go and network with each other and give money. But I really love their mission statement and their tagline. This says it right on Rotary International's website. Quote, Rotary is a global network of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And that's something that you and I, Ozzie, literally just have. It's ingrained inside of us. Yeah. We're innately driven to help and give back to the community. So before we dive into those details, give us some info. Like, who the hell are you?
I'm kind of a big deal. My name is Ozzie.
You're new around here, okay? Just wait. Slow your roll.
So I really am kind of a big deal, Lindsay. Anyways.
Guys, he's a scientist.
So I am from Chicago.
Chicago.
That's right. And funny thing is, actually a cool thing, Rotary, their headquarters is in Chicago. Yeah. So, but I didn't learn about Rotary
until you came here.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Isn't it?
Your headquarters was in your own town.
Right, in my hometown.
Man, so like right in the dead center of Chicago is where you're from?
I think I'm from the north side.
So you have like street cred.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, does north side have street cred too?
100%, especially the neighborhood I grew up in, Humble Park. Yeah, it's a nice little Puerto Rican
Do you just call it Humble Park, or is it actually called?
It's actually called Humble Park.
Nice.
But it isn't spelled like humble. It's humbled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
HUMBOLD.
Gives you that humility when you're growing up.
Right. Yeah. So, but that neighborhood has changed drastically in the last decade or two.
Okay.
Nonetheless, I am from Chicago by way of St. Louis, went to school there, did my undergrad.
I think I heard you talking about this. Because my dad said, oh, we're from South County. Do you remember? That was my dad.
Yes.
Oakville.
Also, your dad.
We're not from there, but we lived there for like a year.
really think that's so cool that your parents were there last weekend with us, just painting.
Oh, yes.
I thought that was so cool. Like to see the whole family together for one purpose, and like it's a charitable purpose.
I forced them.
I love that. I mean, but and you know, hey, sometimes people need a little encouragement, and that's okay.
Absolutely. I feel like, but that's who we are. We're like earth shakers.
Yeah, that's.
And my parents didn't grow up with Rotary by any means, and you know, we had a good amount of people, and then some dropped off, which is fine. It happens. Things come up. So I was like, we are really going to need you if we want to be out of there in like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they came all the way from Dunedin too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's quite a drive.
Let's keep it on you. Like, we were in Oakville for a little bit, and that was South County's how far from you?
South County. So I started off in WashU's campus, Washington University in St. Louis.
You didn't want to go to Mizzou?
No. Well, I did. I wish I went there actually because they have an awesome athletic program, right?
Yes, they do. Are they the Tigers? Mizzou
Tigers. Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, wow.
It's still there.
I went to a tailgate to some of their games.
Oh
it
my
was fun.
gosh.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was good
Tailgates
stuff.
there are like the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Like Georgia Bulldogs. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Because what else do you have to do?
Is that where
there?
you went?
No.
Okay.
I went to Eckerd College.
Oh, nice.
Private liberal arts school.
Yeah.
Like literally right down the road from here.
Yeah. I want to check out their campus.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Beach volleyball, like right on the beach. You take out windsurfing boards. You can do paddle boards, kayaks.
Do you
literally
still have
midday.
access to all of this as an alum?
They give you access.
Wow.
And
Nice.
friends.
Nice. Yes. Let's do
Friends.
it. I love it. Yes. I love it. So,
Okay. So you wanted to go to Mizzou, but you didn't.
actually,
WashU's still freaking incredible. Like, what?
Yeah. So
man, you got to be smart to go.
I don't know. I mean, I got in somehow.
Roll the dice.
Yeah. No.
It's a
Yes.
humbled park.
It's the humbling.
Yeah.
So I did my undergrad and I did a double major,
Okay.
bio and psych,
Oh,
to understand and learn from the most molecular level
Yeah.
to a behavioral level.
right.
And just like anything else in life, once you dive into something, you realize you don't know anything.
Right.
And you're like, wow. So then I went and did my master's.
Hey, undergrad, that's what you're for.
So I went and did my master's in biomedical sciences
Okay.
with an emphasis in neuroscience. And after that,
Okay.
I did research. I went all over in the medical field. I worked in the hospitals. I worked in almost every
I want to
department.
quiz you right now.
Oh,
it's coming
Lord.
up. So oh Lord. On the neuroscience side, I took some classes a couple years ago because I'm a psych major as well. I love neuroscience.
Yeah.
Is it the circle of Willis? What is it called? Where literally you run down the brain and it
Circle.
all the major arteries and
Circle.
blood vessels.
You're
Is
talking.
it the circle of Iris or Willis?
It is. I think.
Something you have to memorize it if you want to be a surgeon. Neurosurgeon.
Yes. If I remember.
You're like Lindsay.
Let me check. I have.
You're like this.
I'm trying to remember.
Lindsay.
You got me. I think you're right.
Okay.
You're right. And
I
yes.
just remember like hardest thing to do. There's so many. Neuroscience is honestly incredible. It's the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
So you got to actually see tell us more about that on the neuroscience side. Because I knew you eventually went in to be a scientist, but
Yeah.
did you get to understand the way chemicals?
Yeah. And talking about chemicals, I think this has been talked about. Like there are four. I call them like the four horsemen or four like major hormones or chemical neurotransmitters, right? That are pretty much the driving force of every action, everything that we do, pretty much.
Okay.
And there are endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and my favorite, oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
Yes.
That's everybody's favorite.
And that is my favorite. I actually love that one just because this one,
Like from a chemical level or from like,
chemical
are
level.
you nerding out on me right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get just I'm gonna graze it.
Bear with us. I'll give him 5 minutes and 30 seconds to nerd out.
No, it's a great one just because it kind of ties in with what we are here for because we love to give to our community. We love.
Oh my God, you're tying it all together.
Yes, it's kindness is a chemical.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Through eye contact, touch, giving, helping.
I mean, it is amazing when you even think about how amazing this is. For example, if you were to just observe, right, you were at a corner and you saw someone drop their groceries and you saw another human being come and help them, your oxytocin levels just are
Like skyrocket?
yes, you're feeling good. And it encourages you to want to do good. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just by observing that behavior.
Wow.
Not only is it like helping those individuals, the person receiving and the person helping and whatnot, they're all feeling love, but you see it and you're like, wow. And it brightens up your day.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like we're drug addicts.
We are druggies. I mean, these four neurotransmitters and whatnot,
I'm addicted to oxytocin.
we are. I mean, like, and there's some people are like,
But I was exhausted. I think I did 4 volunteer projects in the span of like 2 or 3 weeks. And it was just going from one thing to the next. And I said to Sean, I was like, I'm freaking exhausted. You feel great in the moment.
yeah.
Like what? We did that till 11:30. So woke our butts up 7.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a glass of water.
Oh, wow.
I literally just went straight there. And so it's like you get so revved up on oxytocin that it went by so fast. It was such an incredible thing. You and I talked.
Yeah.
Did we talk with the owner a little bit after or just, I think, the city painters? But
yeah.
it was just honestly an incredible experience.
It was. I really loved it. And I loved seeing people of all different ages there.
Yes.
We had like teenagers.
That was the first thing you said to me. So the first thing Ozzie said to me was like, oh my gosh, when I saw like how young you were, like the young person running it.
Yeah.
And we just vibed on it because Rotary is kind of known for being a little bit older, and we're kind of taking it by storm.
Especially being here in Florida. This is God's waiting room.
The newlywed and the newly dead. Have you ever heard of that?
What the fuck is?
It's the home of the newlyweds and the newly deads.
Oh my God, that's new.
How terrible.
That is terrible.
But like true. So yeah, we're just trying to take Rotary by storm. It was awesome to see so many people there, different walks of life. Okay.
Yeah. So
anything else you want to tell us about you before we get into the house painting? Because
okay, yeah, I do want to share something.
Blast.
So my dad actually had a big role in instilling, this charitable need in me.
Yeah.
When we were young, over the weekends and over, summer break and whatnot, he did a lot of like philanthropy. I'm gonna butcher this word.
You can
right?
do it. Philanthropic
work. Yeah.
Do you know I do that on the daily?
Do you really?
I'm smart, stupid all day.
No, I'm also realizing I should have probably eaten something before this. Yeah.
Like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Where's your Celsius? We could do a Celsius promo.
Oh boy.
Celsius, step it up. Put it right here.
So
he was really the driver for like why you are the way you are.
He like on the weekends and stuff like that during breaks, he would get me and my brothers. Oh, also just a quick snippet. I come from a big family.
Yeah.
I have 6 older brothers.
What?
I'm the last of the Mohican. And I have a younger sister. So obviously...
Mic drop.
Right. Obviously, my parents were aiming for a girl. And that's 8 of us. And then 2 of them. It's
not to get into family biz, but are you close with all of them?
I mean, there's a generational gap between. Yeah,
like years.
Yeah, exactly. But we all try to we have our own group chat and stuff like that where we're always talking. Everyone's just chiming in whenever they feel comfortable, and it's kind of nice. We are looking forward to a holiday week together this year. This is going to be the first time, and we're looking forward to. One of my brothers is turning 50. Oh my! Actually, the eldest one. So yeah.
Okay, so my eldest, maybe he is 50. Sorry if you're listening to this. I don't know how old you are, but gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
Well, you're a little bit older than me.
Mid-30s.
Yeah. We want to say
just leave
exactly.
Mid-30s,
it doesn't care.
30 some odd years.
Once you get to 35, it's like, screw it.
Yeah, 30 some odd years, right?
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Do they all have the same giving spirit as you? Or?
Yes.
Oh,
so
really?
That's one thing my dad did. He made sure we all, and I see it till this day, you know what I mean? Like, whenever someone needs help in the family, my brothers, everyone's just like jumping up first, and it's awesome. Like, to see that kind of like love and that character. He would take us out. So my dad would take us out on the weekends, and he was part of like all sorts of neighborhood programs and like things like that. So he would tell us, hey, we'd go paint poles, the green poles, and just
like light poles, like in your neighborhood?
And because some of them were
keep
rusty.
them looking nice. Yeah,
things like that. We'd help put up fences and paint people's houses and stuff like this. This was like, it was something that he told us, hey, this is what you have to do. You have to give back to the community. Yeah. And we didn't understand that at that point. But as I got older and older, and I was like, wait, I see the benefit of this. Like you start
understanding. Yeah. And then for you and I, it was pretty mind-opening for me, like a perspective shift, because this is one of the first projects I was a part of in the community where you're literally actively helping like this. Like, you can see the difference that you're making. And you also start to see other neighbors come outside while you're painting to like take care of their plants, or they're like, of course, looking at us like, what are you guys doing in my neighborhood? But those houses where we were painting, they are all starting to look incredible. Yes. Like that whole street.
Yeah. It's beautifying.
Honestly.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, that took 3 hours on a Saturday morning
Right.
before people were even going out to brunch.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, tell me what was it like? Were you like getting some flashbacks of you as a kid, or do you do these things like often where
No, I
just
got
everyday occurrence?
the former. So I did get flashbacks of like,
Yeah.
helping out all like just kind of working together for one purpose and like, hey, let's paint this house. And the color, by the way, was a beautiful color.
Well,
it was like an olive green kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it was
called it
nice.
seaweed salad.
Seaweed salad?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we'll get into the details of this. Like, obviously, Ozzie and I are geeking out on the fact that like we just love serving our community. We're seeing the difference that it makes. Especially this podcast is based off of the real and real estate. So I wanted to do a community segment. I thought it was so important to be able to see that like there are people out there that do truly care, not just about buying or selling, but about the community as well. And I want more of it because yes, this is based on real estate, but like we are doing one thing that can help so many people, right? Like increase the value of their homes. And just a simple act of, bringing awareness to different city programs. And then also getting some young people, like if you're listening to this and you're like, man, I want to help out. I want to experience what that was like and kind of be a part of it. Let us know because they are backed up like 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
2 years from COVID, which we
Yeah.
know, like COVID's an old story now in a sense, but still backed up 2 years. This guy was on a wait list, I think, for
9.
oh my gosh, 9.
Yeah,
Tell
9
me
years.
about it because
Yeah,
you talked to him directly,
I talked to
right?
him. I asked him. I was like, hey, I wanted to find out how he learned about this program and what
yes,
process he
yeah.
went through. And he said, hey, I've been, he's been needing some help, financial help. And he reached out to the city and I said, hey, how long have you been on this list? And he told me, he's like 9 years. I was like, wow, 9 years.
Yeah.
And it took us 3 hours to knock this out.
3 hours and one piece of paper that he
Yeah.
had to fill out for an application.
Yeah.
Like one piece of paper.
Wow. Yeah. And so I think this is us trying to also recruit people of all ages.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Because it is actually a great thing when you wake up early and you're like, hey, I'm going to go help out. You plan this out and you're excited for it, and you show up and you see all these other people that all want to just like are doing this.
The world needs a little bit more of it.
And you love it. You love feeling, it's a great feeling when you are like part of a community that is just so selfless.
Right. And a way to, you and I, when we were there, it was in maybe like a lower value neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which is fine over on the south side. And the whole point is, right, bringing these resources to somebody who needs it, who wants to take care of their home. There's a lot of homeowners here that we talked about gentrification just a little bit. That word, some people think it's a really bad thing. It just means making better, right? Like where you're at, making it a little bit better. Wealthier people come in, right? The homes get updated, but then it's kind of kicking that lower class out that can't necessarily afford it when the home right value increases. And so what we're doing with this project, which is so awesome, is people that are still here in South St. Pete where they can afford to live really do care about improving their neighborhood. They don't have the resources to do so. So we're coming in, making that entire neighborhood skyrocket in value, right? Just by increasing the facade, the outside of the house. The city team, it's called the N team, the neighborhood team.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they were also removing the brush in back, fixing the fence around the property, like the barn door.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's awesome.
I went back there on Monday to take a picture of it, actually right after you and I had coffee, and they were doing everything, including the landscaping.
Wow.
So it's like, even if you don't have money and you think that you're kind of getting pushed out of a neighborhood because contractors are coming in or builders are coming in, like there are city programs that really help you improve your land, like improve the value of it too, so that you don't feel like someone's coming in and they're just going to get rid of your home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's taking advantage of these programs, being aware of what's out there to help you. So it's like, it's everything combined.
Yeah.
And I love talking about that side because real estate agents, we don't just want to like get rid of you guys. Bring in people from the outside. Like, we care about our community too, or at least I do. I can't speak for everybody.
I want to maintain. I want to like keep that culture.
Yes, the
and
people here,
yes,
the culture.
Yeah,
yeah. What St. Pete was built off of.
Right. And St. Pete has so many different like groups of people, so many different cultures, and I want to preserve that.
Right, like even the neighborhoods are being named after it. Warehouse District, Edge District, Kenwood, Crescent Heights. Like they all kind of have a different vibe, but St. Pete people are just incredible too.
Yeah.
Like equality, open to everything. We won't jump into politics, but like it's a very welcoming city.
Yes.
And we want to make sure we keep the people here that have been here, that have built the city, that helped it grow.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful project that can help out with that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. And I think to add on that, I think it'd be helpful for people that are in need to find other local resources that, you know.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of government programs out there. And, you know, just like, you know, you call the police or firefighters when you need an emergency by dialing 911.
You have city officials.
You can dial 211 that have all this information.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 211 and then stpete.org. You can go to both of those. So just tell us more about 211.
211, it's a toll-free number, just like, you know, 411, or I guess not 411. 411 is...
I think that is too.
Is that toll-free? I thought it was like calling you would...
Guess what? We have Google right in front of me.
Is that... I haven't even used 411 since I was a kid. But if that thing is still around, I remember it would... They charge.
Speaking of still around, do you remember when we used to like call people in? Like you'd be on the phone with like a girl or say one of your boys. And be like, oh, I'm going to 3-way. And what was it? Star
6-7.
I didn't want to say star 6-9.
Yeah. Star 6-9.
Was it 6-9?
6-9 was if you wanted the phone number back. Whoever called you anonymously.
But like
star 6-9 was how you retrieved it, right? Or you got the number.
We're asking the producer in the back, Martin, see if he knows.
You're asking the 23-year-old.
Sorry. Nah.
Stop. He's 23. Damn it.
So
you look way more mature than your age.
But I do remember star 6-7. I don't know star 6-7.
Okay. Star 6-9 was if you wanted to find out who called you anonymously.
Oh, you would call it back and it would say the
Yes,
number.
because you know you'd have like.
No, I'm talking about being like the girl that was like talking to one of my girlfriends and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like dial him in, but like don't say anything, pretend you're not there. And he would never know that someone else was on. So I'd be like, so, you know, do you like Sarah? And
Oh, you're a little matchmaker.
Well, if it worked, it would go bad sometimes. Like that situation where she's like, you said that you liked me and now you don't.
Oh my God. I miss those days. Those were the good old days.
Someone try star 6-7. Let us know. Send me an email to the podcast or something. Let me know if it still works.
I mean, I just miss like landlines. That's how, you know, there was so much trust, right?
There was so much trust with a yellow book. You could look up anyone's phone number and now they took it all away because you solicitors.
And not just that, but if we told our friends, hey, we're going to meet at the park at 5:30. Right. That was it. You trusted it. You didn't like say, hey, I'm not going to make it 5 minutes before, you know what I mean? You wouldn't text them. You didn't.
Right.
You were there.
Right.
You showed up.
Yes.
I mean, if you showed up 5 minutes late, that was it. But, you know, that was it. But you showed up.
Right.
People came. There was no like backing out. It was it.
Right. Or if there was backing out, you were going to see them.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it also took away that, I think that art of writing notes.
Yes.
I remember writing notes, right? You'd write a love letter to a girl and you'd take your sweet time making sure you wrote it nice.
Yeah, now we're just swiping left and right and being like, hey, what's up?
People don't even spell correctly anymore. Like, that's annoying.
Can you use proper punctuation if you're going to hit me up on like
seriously.
dating app?
Yeah.
Just like capitalize the H in hey. I don't know.
Something, yeah.
Show me that there's more effort.
I mean, it was a good time to like you get letters and some of these girls would like spray perfume on the paper.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! And you'd smell it. You have your boys smell it.
What are these Chicago girls like?
Oh my God, they were on it.
I never did any of that.
Really?
Yes.
And I remember girls used to like. There was this Filipino girl. She gave me letters. in an origami. I didn't even want to open
What if
this
she hears
up.
this one day? She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you remember the origami?"
I do.
I do remember the origami.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, last thing, and then
Sure, let's.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the
four
Does
square?
he like me?
The
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't
You
called
would
four square. No, it was four square. Was like outside at recess.
And
right?
whatever you picked, you would
Yes, you
open
would
up
flip
the
it
fold.
open. Yeah.
God.
What was that called?
I can't ask the 23-year-olds. I don't know.
I do remember that thing.
Oh wait, what was it? Oh,
Okay.
Only like 3 kids knew how to do it, so it was like those were like the magic.
You would take a square and
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
fold it.
Yeah,
and
you
then you'd
have-
fold
you'd-
it backwards and then flip it.
yep.
We're gonna make one after and just
Let's
see
do
if
it.
works.
Let's play that. Yes.
Oh god.
All right, let's bring it back.
Okay, so 211.
211
The
is a-
resources that you need to know about are 211 and then St. Pete org. Yeah, stpete.org, and it's STPET. And we'll get into might as well show you just right now the city programs available to the homeowners. So there's a couple here. One is called the Housing Rehabilitation Assistance Program. The other is Home Repair Loans. Then you have the Accessibility Assistance Program, Affordable Single Family Rental Facade Improvement Grant Program, front of your house.
Wow.
We have accessibility, right? And then the neighborhood team, which is what you and I did, staff city members that prep the house. They help us so that we can be successful, go out and paint. By the way, they supplied everything for us. So if you all are thinking like, oh yeah, I'd love to like do this, but what is it about? We showed up. They had the house primed,
Yeah.
right, for
Yeah.
us. They had
Everything.
all the brushes. They had all the paint.
All the
They were
tarp
freaking
and everything.
the tarp to protect the plants around the house. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So
and they gave
don't-
us a tutorial.
yes, on how to paint.
Yeah.
Because there were some youngins there too,
Yeah, yeah.
youngins.
That's
They
true.
were just slapping it out there. We're like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah. But
a
it was nice.
perfection.
I mean, you know what? I appreciated them coming out.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether they were forced by their mom or not. It was awesome to see. And then the last one is a solar energy and loan fund. These all have requirements. We're not just saying go to the city and be like, Lindsay and Ozzie said that we could, get our facade painted or get a ramp, for a wheelchair built. You have to fill out that 1-page application, which is so simple. We were even thinking about going around to neighbors and just saying, like, in that same neighborhood, like hitting a block,
Yeah,
right? And
I
just
think
being
that-
like, hey, here's the application right here. Fill it out in front of us and we'll go submit it for you. And it's based on low income too, but they literally say on here that even though there's brackets of low income, it goes up to like 150,000. If that's the area median income. So keep in mind, right? If you have the funds to do it, I know times are tough and inflation, but let's try to help, the people that do have a little bit lower income
Yeah.
and that can't, but everybody can apply and it'll go through an approval process.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have a lot of resources here. I'll also put this in the show notes too. So at any point in time, you can get some information. Feel free to email me too. I'd love to help you out. And Ozzie and I are going to do our best to try to rally some troops together, right?
Yeah,
that are younger,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like us, right? In the 20s, 30s.
Yeah. And this is also, shout out to all you young people and that are already doing wonderful things in your community.
Yeah, that's so
You know what I
sweet.
mean? If you guys are interested, please look up St. Pete Rotary Club.
Yes. And come, we'd love to have you.
we'd
Get
love
some
to
more
have
younger
you.
people in there.
Free lunch provided if that's what it takes to get you guys to
Yeah,
come.
Ozzie, that'll be put on his bill.
And you learn about what we're doing, and we'd love to have more youngins in there, a lot more, fresh
absolutely.
blood. We are, I don't want to say revolutionizing Rotary, but maybe restoring.
That's our word.
Restore,
Revolutionize, restore,
restore Rotary.
rethink.
Yes.
I don't know why they're all R's that are coming to me,
I
but
just feel like double R's is kind of cool. Restore. Yeah.
double, triple R's.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really want to make a difference in the community. And this is one way to do it. That's so easy. All you do is just show up.
Yeah.
We'll have the water for you, but we'll have all that information, like I said. And I think the last thing I want to hit on with you is since you're noob to St. Pete,
Yeah.
I want to see your take. Like, what is your opinion on the community of St. Petersburg. You're coming from Chicago, which I have never been. I have traveled around the world, have not been to Chicago other than the airport.
The best city in the world.
Yeah.
The best city, hands down.
So how...
Summertime shy, there's nowhere else you want to be.
Yeah?
Yes, I guarantee. Like, you will be like, I want to move
The
here.
Midwest was just so hot. Like when I lived in Missouri, it was, your summers were 110, 115.
But-
and then the winters was like ice.
Okay.
Literally just ice.
You know, Chicago's
Seems a little
winters are...
bipolar to me.
They're like the frozen corners of Chicago are, it's brutal.
The same,
it's
yeah.
brutal. Yeah.
The winters
but,
are brutal.
you know,
But summers are beautiful.
Summers are beautiful. And
Okay.
even the winters are beautiful because now we have like the city does a good job of like cleaning up the streets
Okay.
and plowing all the snow so that way it is
Still
easy
movable,
to like
yeah.
get your way around the city. But you know the culture, the vibe in Chicago is just amazing. Like
Yeah.
so many different neighborhoods. Like you want Italian food, you can go to Little Italy and get actual Italian
Right.
food. You want
Yeah, a lot
Greek
of Italians
food.
are
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yeah. You got
Italian.
Polish food, whatever you want,
Oh, I'm
whatever you
Polish
want.
too.
Like
Keep
it is
going on.
Yeah, it is an amazing
my
city,
background.
and I'm not gonna say like anything bad about New York, but you know because New York is like New York,
Yeah.
but Chicago is a cleaner version of New York. Chicago has alleys, right? That's
There's just some pretty strong words, Ozzy.
hey, I'll back it
Although
up.
I have to agree
hold
with
it
you.
down.
Yeah, New York's a little dirty.
New York's dirty when you're throwing trash
New
out
York,
front.
clean it up.
Yeah, disgusting.
Okay, so what do you think of St. Pete? Tell me.
St. Pete,
Because you've
interestingly,
been here for
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Just a little over a year.
Just a little over a year. One
Talk
of
to
the
me
first
about
things
St.
I
Pete.
learned about St. Pete, I looked around and I was like, wait, this reminds me of Chicago. And you're like, what? Where? And I spoke about this. I told Doug in the Rotary Club.
Yeah.
We were
Doug's our current president, by the way.
and there was like four of us. We went to do some project together when I first started.
Okay.
Moved here. And he's like, yeah, so Chicago is designed by the same architect that designed St. Pete. I was like, what?
Stop.
Yes. So just like Chicago, you have the lake on the east side, right? Over here, we have the bay. Downtown's on the east side. You got north side, south side,
Right.
west side.
Yep.
Yeah.
West is the beach, north,
Yeah.
northeast. Up
Only
by
thing
Gandy.
we don't have, we don't have like, world-class beaches. But we still have some beaches. So
Oh, wait, in St. Pete? I mean,
in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have-
yeah.
I was going to say, I'm like, wait.
No,
this
here
is
we got
like
it all.
world-class
This is why I'm
beaches.
here, right? This has
This
it
is why I
all.
came here.
Yeah. So
And what about the neighborhood? And
I lo-
because it's real estate, just
Yeah.
talk to me about like what you've seen in the community and neighborhood.
So
Because there's pockets. We all know
there are
that.
there are
yeah.
there are lots of pockets here in St. Pete, and the people here are great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
it's-
have a lot of money
Yeah.
mixed in with that like humbleness that we talked about a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have Beach Drive that's filled with like big money, right?
Yeah,
big
yeah.
condos. And then you have like Old Northeast, which still the bungalows, right?
Yeah.
A little bit higher end as well.
Yeah.
But you have this like really incredible mixture of like it doesn't look like a Miami,
Yeah,
right? Where you just you can look at someone and say, "Oh, you have money."
Yeah.
Like you can walk in somewhere and not know that there's like a millionaire, billionaire standing
Yeah,
right
yeah.
next to you. That's what I love about St. Pete is it's just so laid back.
Agreed. People are great. People are
Yeah.
they're not fake.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And you have like the yachts and the marinas and everything.
Yeah, you have
Such a
all the
beautiful
finer
area.
things in life right here,
Yeah.
but people don't go out showing like show.
Like what, showboating?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because we're just talking about yachts.
I know.
Showboating. Anyway, no fun.
Yachts, marina. They're going to be like, who the hell is this girl saying there's no money there? There's humble people, yachts, humble
Right.
people,
I mean,
millionaires.
but yeah,
But you
great
can never know. Like
neighborhoods.
you can run into incredible people,
Yeah.
go on a yacht with them. Like it doesn't matter where you come from. That's
Yeah.
all we're trying to say as far as
Yeah.
St. Pete goes. And if you're like listening to this and you're like, gosh, but I don't necessarily love where I live. Find a place that you do. Find a community, a neighborhood that you do. Like contact us if you're in St. Pete. Like find what you love because when you find something you're passionate about, everything else around you is going to start blossoming.
Yeah.
Whether it's your friends, your family, like your career. Just find something that really like moves you. And
Yeah.
oxytocin is a great way to start. It's chemical
Yes.
based. This is research, kids.
This is the love hormone.
Just like, watch some feel good movies and then start getting out in your community, because St. Pete is the way it is because of its, community members and residents. It truly is.
So how I found St. Pete and why I landed here real quick, just to tie that in.
That's actually a great question.
I love sports. I love good weather. I love being out.
Tell me you Googled it and then just came here.
Actually, I have one friend that moved here, and she's been here for like 3 years, or 4 years. And she's like, Ozzie, you have to come here, because she knew me from St. Louis. And she's like, Ozzie, I know you love to play sports. I know you love to be out and about, and you know, going to new restaurants and new bars and all of this. And like, this is the place for you. And you also like bougie stuff, and this is the place for you. It's all here.
You literally just said what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You love bougie stuff, but you love all these other things.
Yeah, it's all here. Yeah. And, there's a new restaurant opening up like almost every other week.
Right.
And I'm just like, I can't keep up,
Honestly.
And, but there's like so many parks, so many things to like, so many.
Did you visit before you like took the huge leap?
Actually, I took a leap of faith. I mean, like the internet is a wonderful thing.
Do you know how many people I actually hear do that?
Yeah.
Right.
Really?
Like people coming down to buy here, people leasing here. They're just taking a leap of faith and coming down here. And I think there's nothing cooler.
Yeah. So I sold everything. I pretty much packed my 2-door like coupe with the essentials like clothes, books, and cookware, and said I'll start all over.
Oh my God.
And just, I wanted a shock because I was in the comfort zone, but I also wanted a quality life.
Right.
And this is where you can have that. You can, you go to work 9 to 5, whatever, but after that you have so many outlets. Right. And you can go to a beach. You can go pick up volleyball. So many pickup games. There's like so many leagues out there.
Was it hard for you to find like a rental or a place to live? Or?
So many rentals, right? There's so many
Because I know
options.
a lot of people are having an issue with the rent increases, and that can be a whole nother episode. But what was that experience like for you?
I definitely had to like, search what's the best fit. For me, I wanted to be central, so I wanted to be in downtown. That was important for me. The other thing was like having all the amenities within the building. That way I don't have to always like go outside. And this allows me to meet my neighbors and make friends and stuff like that, which is what happened,
Yeah. One thing I always say is like location. Yeah. If you are confused on where to live, like what matters to you? And every single time I have found a place, because I have it in the back of my mind. I want to be by water. I want to be by grass, right? An open area, or just the view I want, right? Or centrally located to all the things that are like accessible by us. Because in downtown St. Pete, you don't even need a car.
You don't.
You have the Sunrunner that's for free still, that takes you all the way out to the beach. Yeah. You have the Saturday morning market, like all within, I don't know, a 3-mile radius. Like,
I mean, it's such a walkable city. You get yourself a bike if you need
North
something.
Shore Park, yeah.
There's so many like grocery stores everywhere. I mean, it's such a great place. I love it. I'm never gonna move.
Yeah. That's so cool to hear.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the city grow too. Like,
oh my God,
from what it looked like 10 years ago. So I went to college down here, like I said earlier. I graduated in 2013, 2014. And just to see how much it has grown. And when we talk about the warehouse district or the arts district, the edge district, it is the community really, right? And some of these developers that are coming in and really just raising the level of what it looks like, because it was inhabited for a while. It was a more industrial like place that, had just a lot of warehouses. Yeah. And now you're seeing some tiny homes go in. You're seeing those container boxes turn into homes. Yeah. It's like such a place for someone that's artistic and loves the arts, loves the music and the vibes. So,
and one of the first things I noticed as soon as I came here was all the murals. I was like, wow, this city is amazing. Yes. Just murals everywhere.
You can take up Saturday and Sunday and just try to find them and go on an art walk. Yeah. So,
is there anything else you want to wrap it up?
All set.
Yeah. I just want to say to anyone out there, that want to help, come get this helper's high. Yeah. Come get this helper's high. Help out. Find ways you can contribute
impact
to
your community. Yeah, and we'll be here to help you. We're, like I said, part of the Rotary Club. We're really trying to talk with the city and get some of those waitlisted people gone through the approval process quicker so that we can help them with their homes. So we'll put all of the info in. And thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
I know we're only like month and a half long friends here, but I
really feel like I know you. This is what's crazy.
I know, right?
Like the other day we were sitting at the cafe, I was like, I know this girl.
Yeah.
Like, even though I don't know you, I feel like I know
but
you.
you have those
your
experiences
energy,
in
your
life
vibe.
where you're just like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this person's got the same thing I do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So thank you so
It's our
much
need for
spending your Friday here.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of early. Go get yourself something to eat after.
Hungry. Yeah.
And thank you all for listening and joining in today. Appreciate y'all.
Thank
Have a
you
good one.
guys.
Bye.
All right.